Hey YouTube. Oh, as I trip. Beekeeper here. You beekeeper here. Where have I been? Oh, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm going to the birds. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know if that's what I'm going to say. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this video. I talked about a few months ago, a couple months ago, I talked about how I use my scrap building materials to build bird houses that I probably give 90% of these bird houses away. I build several dozen a year. I do this every year around this time, January, February, March, kind of before the nesting season, until the birds kind of come out here and look for nests. I build bird houses and I give them away to a lot of people, pretty much anybody that wants one. I don't care. They're all made out of stuff. I think I have enough materials in here for 4 or 5 bird houses. I'll show you what I've got. Any leftovers that I have for any jobs I've done over through the course of the year. I hate throwing away decent lengths of wood. I've got cedar in here. I have western red cedar and I have redwood. All decent quality exterior grade wood. There's no sense throwing them in the garbage when I'm done with them. I'm not bringing back, you know, a 2 or 3 foot length of siding to the lumberyard. That's just not going to happen. So I set them in a pile until I get tired of tripping on them, and then I get out the chop saw and I start making pieces. So these are basic bird houses. They're not the super fancy kind. They don't have porches. They don't have little stacks of firewood out front and painted on windows, or double pane windows, depending on how crazy you get. They don't have shingles, and they don't have chimney stacks coming out of the top, because I just don't have enough time to do that. Maybe when I'm like 90 and I got nothing else going on, I'll do that, and that's cool. That looks like that'd be a fun hobby. But I just the houses that I've made have all become occupied without any complaints. The birds all pop in there, and they really dig them, and they usually find them the first year that I put them out. As long as you get them out early enough before, you know, before they find another one. So here we go. Here we have. Oh yeah, here's what we have. This is a, if you remember the end of the year, I did, like I said, I think I've already built, boy, I built about 3 dozen houses already, maybe more, 3 or 4 dozen houses already this year. And then I realized I hadn't taken any video of it, and then I remembered that I had mentioned this before, and somebody may want to watch it, but I'll try to make this quick. These are just down and dirty bird houses that seem to work. This is, if you remember the last big project of 2012, I did all that rotten siding on that house and windows right in front of the painter. This is a finger jointed western red cedar. It's a rabbited, beveled cedar siding. This happens to be pre-primed. Normally I don't paint these. I leave them the rustic color. I let them age naturally, but this came pre-primed. They just last longer when the front, back, and sides are primed, and then I always prime my end cuts before I install any siding. So this is going to be the roof. Western red cedar, beveled, rabbited siding. Here I have on a job I just got completed with. This is 1x8 finger jointed western red cedar. This as well is primed on both sides and ends. I don't, you know, I'm going to use it. It's nice flat stock. And as well. Now, I think that's one house. Set that there. What else do we have in here? What other goodies do I have in my bin? Oh yeah, I did some floor repair. This is 1x4 tongue and grooved. It's rough on one side, smooth on the other. It's flooring. I forget how this goes together. It's cedar flooring. I had repaired some rotten floor on some job. I think this was like, I don't know, 6-8 months ago I did this. But these work really well for bird houses. They kind of look cool, and they shed water really well. This is a piece of redwood, just rough redwood fencing on that fence I built in the end of December. I got a bunch of little chunks of redwood left over. I hate just throwing them away. And I think that one goes there. I'll be quiet and let me unload real quick. Okay, I think that's house number 2. I think I have 4 houses here. What have I got here? I kind of organized them. Here we have, oh, this is straight redwood. These are redwood fence boards. And more of that beveled, rabbited cedar siding. Just cut down a little bit smaller. There. And looks like I got the same style birdhouse here. Okay, so I have enough for 4 houses. I got little triangulation pieces. I don't remember. I cut these up a while ago, so I don't remember exactly what my plan was for this. But let's start putting things together. The bird perches I use are these dowels that I sourced from. What was this from? Oh, this was from this is from an old clothes drying rack that we had around the house. You know, these dowels, and it's one of those expandable racks that stand on their own, and you hang your clothes on there out in the sun, and they get fresh smelling. Well, the thing was a pile of crap. It went away, but before it could go completely away, I took all the hardwood dowels out of them, and they make really good perches. And I still have a ton of these left, and that way these birdhouses cost me nothing but a few galvanized nails and a couple pennies of electricity to chop them up. I'm going to be using a inch and a half Forstner bit to drill the little bird holes. I like keeping them small. These houses are likely going to go up to the ranch, and we get these really cool little finches and sparrows up there and starlings, and they like these small holes, and that way the big jays and the other bigger birds, the blackbirds and the jays and stuff, don't get in there and take their houses over. So inch and a half seems to keep them pretty happy. They're tiny little guys, so that's what I use for that. So why don't I close my pie hole and let's start building. Brand new housing units for birds. I got 2 studio apartments, I got a larger studio, and a single family residence. All these 3 have the smaller holes and are likely going to be for the finches and the sparrows and such. This house here is about 50% larger than these. I'm trying something different with this one. This is about 50% bigger than this one. This is a 2 1/8 inch hole. I'm going to figure that something the size of a dove or a blue jay or something might take up housing here. And I'm going to mount this differently. I put a tubifer on the bottom just so I could mount it to the side of a building. I don't think I'm going to mount them on the trunk. All these guys, as with most of my other houses, mount to the trunks of trees. And I put these in full sun so they're facing the pan of the sun. I run the roof line flush to the back of the structure here because I just push this up against the tree, and I come in with my impact driver. I usually grab a ladder or I climb a few branches depending on what the tree looks like, but usually I carry around my ladder because I don't want them too close to the ground. They don't go in them if they're too close to the ground. But I get a long screwdriver bit on the end of my impact driver, 2 1/2 inch deck screw, put 1 or 2 of them through the back depending on whatever it takes to make it solid. So these guys are all flush in the back. This one, because it's going to be mounted likely on the woodshed house, the house for the woodshed where that farm-all tractor is, I left overhang on front and back of the roof line just for no reason other than, I don't know. It doesn't matter. That detail really doesn't matter, but I had to make it that way. So this one's pretty big. This should house some pretty big birds. We'll see how it goes. There you go, guys. Oh yeah, 45-degree angles. Everything is cut in 45s. I trim these in 45 just to make them look nice. 45-degree angle, easy. You want the base of your bird houses to be protected, the end grain protected, because the water runs down, right? So it just makes them last longer. 45-degree angles. I did put a little bit of caulking in the seam here of the roof along this ridge. just because I know these guys probably don't want any raindrops falling on their head when it comes time for the rain to fall. So there you have it, 4 down and dirty birdhouses. If you want to see more of this, let me know. I do have more material, and I do make several different styles other than this. But there are 3 different basic styles that I make. Right, those 2 are the same, but 4 houses. There you go. Thanks for watching. See ya.